The first main topic of the talks is the expansion of the BRICS. South African officials report that more than 20 states have applied to join the organization. Among them are both pariah states, Belarus and Iran, and economic partners of the United States, Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates.
South Africa and China have similar views with regard to the expansion of BRICS membership, and we look forward to the discussions that we are going to have with other BRICS leaders later today during our retreat.
We need to strengthen strategic cooperation, practice true multilateralism, promote greater representation and voice of the countries of the Global South in global governance.
Representatives of the BRICS countries indicate that about 40% of the total population of the planet and the third of the world GDP are concentrated in their territories, and therefore the possible expansion of the organization is presented there as the creation of a force more significant than the West. But BRICS has never been an economic or military alliance like, for example, the EU or NATO. Rather, it is an international platform similar in format to the G7. But unlike the Group of Seven, where all participants have the same foreign policy goals for the stable development of democracies and free trade, the BRICS countries do not have such unity. Since the bloc was founded in 2009, differences between the values of its members have prevented the creators from realizing their ambitions. The entry of new members could further destabilize the organization, experts say.
Such an expansion will lead to the complexity of the organization itself. There will be serious problems with the adoption of any common decisions. And finally, this organization will be buried under the wave of these exorbitant ambitions. I think that some members of the BRICS see the enlargement process as a process of increasing influence. In fact, we see that the expansion means that, in essence, this organization did not realize the goals and objectives that they set for themselves, and in this way it is trying to prove to everyone its significance and effectiveness.
The second main topic of the BRICS summit is reducing dependence on the dollar. The deputy chairman of the Russian State Duma said back in March that the members of the organization were negotiating about the creation of a new common currency for them, but no real action followed. And before the start of the summit, the official representative of South Africa in the BRICS said, quote, "The days of the dollar-centric world are over," but it turned out that it was about increasing trade in national currencies. According to financiers, the slogans about so-called de-dollarization are just populism.
The declared transition of trading in national currencies is simply very inconvenient and very expensive. This is indicative of the example of Russia, which sold oil to India in rupees. Russia received rupees worth $39 billion, but does not know what to do with them, because these rupees cannot be put anywhere. Rupees, yuan, rubles, these are all not freely convertible currencies, and accordingly they face many restrictions.
The only leader of a BRICS member state who is not present at the meeting is Vladimir Putin. He addressed the meeting online. The Kremlin's trip to Johannesburg was cancelled due to the fact that in South Africa, Putin should have been arrested on charges of organizing the forced deportation of Ukrainian children to Russia by the International Criminal Court in The Hague. Reported by Danilo Kobza, Pavel Stelmach, UATV News.